Shocking news just broke. Kirk Frost was seen spending the night with Kendra young Jock's wife. Witnesses say they left an upscale Atlanta hotel minutes apart, looking way too comfortable for just friends. This has sent shockwaves through the cast and fans. Young Jock's recent emotional confession now feels even more painful, as rumors swirl and friendships are torn apart. Then, a leaked security video surfaced, showing Kirk letting Kendra into a private home just days before the hotel incident. Fans are questioning everything. Was this a one-time thing or a longer betrayal? Young Jock's response was raw, saying, "This one hit different." Meanwhile, Rashida posted a cryptic message. "Trust is like glass. Once shattered, it's never the same." The drama is far from over. Who can you really trust anymore? The Love and hip-hop producers reportedly held an emergency meeting after the scandal exploded beyond the cameras. They see it as ratings gold, but also a huge risk. There's talk of filming a special confrontation episode with all parties involved, but convincing them to show up is proving tough. Insiders say Kendra is devastated by the backlash, staying with a close friend and avoiding calls from the show's crew. Rumor has it, she never wanted to speak to Kirk again, who allegedly blocked her number and told producers this face-to-face. Fans have been rewatching old episodes for clues. In one, Kirk calls Kendra trouble, and she winks back. What once seemed like a joke now feels like a hint of a hidden truth. Fans also noticed Kirk often defended Kendra during group arguments, a behavior that now seems suspicious. Friends say Rashida is considering taking a break from filming to process the humiliation. One source revealed Kirk once promised he'd never put her through something like this again. Yet, here they are, years later, stuck in the same painful cycle. Rashida is leaning on her inner circle for support. Her sister posted a photo of them with the caption, "Blood don't betray you." Meanwhile, a leaked voicemail from Kendra surfaced where she says, "I never meant to hurt anybody. I was confused." Kendra's voice in a leaked voicemail sounded tired and broken. "I didn't know what I was doing. I thought Jock didn't care anymore." But fans were split. Some felt pity, while others angrily responded, "You knew exactly what you were doing. Don't play the victim now." Adding fuel to the fire, an explosive claim surfaced from an anonymous former cast member. Years before Kendra started dating Jock, she and Kirk had a brief, low-key affair. At the time, no one took it seriously, but now fans believe this could explain much of the current drama, perhaps unresolved business that never fully ended. Jock's friends say he's devastated. One longtime friend shared with the media that Jock once wanted Kirk to be his best man because he trusted him like a brother. Now he says he doesn't even want to get married. Kendra's betrayal has broken him, but Kirk's involvement is what's truly tearing him apart. The emotional toll is becoming impossible to ignore. Kirk has remained mostly silent publicly, but sources close to him claim the situation is being exaggerated and that he was only trying to support Jock by discussing Kendra's problems. Yet, with leaked voice notes and video evidence, few are buying that explanation. To make things even more complicated, rumors are swirling that Kendra might be pregnant, though this has neither been confirmed nor denied. As the fallout intensifies, the rest of the cast is bracing for impact. Rumors are swirling that fights are breaking out on set over shifting alliances, pushing this scandal into uncharted territory. Fans are watching every move closely, searching for clues, loose clothing, subtle captions, anything hinting at underlying tension. Just when everyone thought the story couldn't get any bigger, a new player stepped into the drama, a woman claiming to have proof that Kirk and Kendra's secret relationship had lasted over a year. Things turned even more personal when Yandi Smith Harris, known for her no-nonsense attitude, spoke out in an exclusive interview. "I'm not surprised. I've known for a while that things weren't right," Yandi said sharply. When pressed if she meant Kirk, she didn't hesitate. "We've all seen the signs. I've been close to Rashida for years. She deserves better than this. They deserve better." Fans were stunned by Yandi's candor, sparking a fierce discussion about loyalty in this messy saga. But the real bombshell came hours later when an anonymous social media account posted a blurry video revealing Kirk and Kendra sneaking out together. This wasn't the first evidence, but it was raw, undeniable footage backing months of suspicions. that their secret had been going on much longer than anyone imagined. Now that it was public, fans questioned the trustworthiness of the entire cast. Public outrage shifted sharply toward Kirk, who had initially seemed like just a victim of infidelity. Now his role on the show and his long marriage to Rashida came under harsh scrutiny. The emotional intensity peaked when Kirk's own children chimed in on social media. On his recent birthday, Kirk posted a cryptic message: "Family is everything." But when betrayal takes over, even family bonds are tested. His words, though vague, struck a nerve with fans as his family's faith in him seemed shaken. As the scandal escalated, attention turned to Kendra. While Kirk faced the brunt of public anger, Kendra quietly receded from the spotlight, until fans started digging into her past, uncovering disturbing details. Even some of her ex-boyfriends took to Twitter to share their own explosive stories. Frustration over their own messy breakups was nothing new for Kendra's exes. One of them wrote on social media, "She's always been about the drama, she gets a thrill from it." While it was just one opinion, it only added fuel to the already blazing fire. Could Kendra's past shed light on her behavior with Kirk? Then the story took an unexpected turn. A well-known celebrity gossip blogger dropped a bombshell article, revealing a secret meeting between Kirk and Kendra just days before the leaked video surfaced. According to insiders, the encounter was far from casual. Instead, it was described as an emotional heart-to-heart, where Kirk opened up about his life and marriage, complaining about how strained things had become. If these claims were true, it added a whole new layer of complexity to the saga. Had Kirk been seeking comfort or approval outside of his marriage to Rashida? And if so, was Kendra more than just a convenient confidant? Just a rebound? Or was there something deeper at play? The emotional drama escalated further when it was revealed that Kendra and Jock were no longer communicating. The tension between them had reached a boiling point, with rumors swirling that Jock was done with Kendra for good. One of Jock's closest friends confided to the media, "I can't even look at her the same way anymore. She hurt him in the worst way possible. He feels like a fool." Jock himself had yet to make a direct public statement, but the pain and betrayal were written all over his circle. Meanwhile, whispers about Rashida's reaction to Kirk's infidelity continued to circulate. Some sources claimed she was utterly devastated, struggling to comprehend how her husband could betray her after everything they had shared. Others insisted she was keeping a brave face in public, determined not to show her pain. Fans speculated endlessly. What did this mean for Kirk and Kendra? Would they reconcile, or was this the bitter end for both? Rashida was a fighter, but the heartbreak she was enduring was unimaginable. A close family friend revealed that she was privately struggling, broken inside but refusing to give up. The world watched, riveted by the endless twists and turns of this scandal, as new revelations emerged almost daily. But little did fans know, the biggest twist was yet to come. A source close to Kirk revealed he was secretly planning a dramatic face-to-face confrontation with Kendra and Jock. Insiders claimed Kirk was desperate to clear the air, explain his actions, and perhaps even seek forgiveness. The cast of Love and Hip Hop was now hopelessly entangled in a web of lies, deception, and betrayal. It seemed like the full truth might never come to light, and so the countdown to the explosive showdown began. Tensions were higher than ever. The cast, the fans, and everyone involved held their breath, waiting for the moment Kirk would finally face his past and the consequences of his actions. Would this confrontation be Kirk's chance at redemption? Or would it only deepen the chaos? Fans were on the edge of their seats, eagerly awaiting the next chapter in this ongoing saga, knowing one thing for sure: the drama was far from over. Fans were on edge, waiting to see what Kirk meant by putting it all on the table. His leaked video sent shockwaves through the reality TV world, signaling that the explosive showdown everyone anticipated was imminent. But just as viewers braced for Kirk's dramatic reveal, news broke that Kendra had been secretly meeting with a lawyer. A source close to her confirmed she was preparing for a legal battle. "Kendra's not stupid," the source said. "She knows Kirk's trying to spin the narrative to his advantage, but she's ready to fight back and protect herself." This revelation stunned fans who had initially seen Kendra as the one caught up in Kirk's betrayal. Now she was positioning herself as a strong player in this high-stakes game. Meanwhile, Jock's silence was finally broken in an emotional radio interview. His usually calm demeanor was replaced by visible distress as he opened up about his complicated feelings for Kendra. Listeners were left questioning if the love between them had ever been real, or if Jock had been holding on to a fantasy all along. How much was he truly hurt? And more importantly, how far was he willing to go? To make things right, as tension mounted, Kirk, who had been keeping a low profile after his video leak, made a surprise public appearance alongside his wife Rashida at a private event. Though they were together, their body language betrayed the calm exterior. Whispers of a tense conversation spread quickly among insiders. Sources close to the couple said that the conversation between Kirk and Rashida was anything but amicable. The weight of betrayal, public scrutiny, and private pain hung heavy between them. The cast of Love and Hip Hop watched as the fallout continued to unfold, knowing full well that this scandal wasn't just about affairs and broken trust anymore. It was about survival, loyalty, and the fight for the truth. The couple acknowledged that Kirk had been making genuine efforts to save their marriage, but the cracks were becoming impossible to ignore. An insider revealed that Rashida was deeply hurt, torn between wanting to believe in Kirk and struggling with the reality that the trust they once shared had been shattered. She wants to forgive him, the source said, but it's going to take a lot of time and proof that things have truly changed. Kirk's gestures toward reconciliation were sincere, but the damage he caused felt, to many, irreversible. The tension between them was palpable, and fans couldn't help but wonder, was this the beginning of the end for their marriage, or was there still a chance for healing? Rumors swirled endlessly, feeding the public's insatiable curiosity. Would Kirk finally own up to his mistakes and take full responsibility? Or would he continue to play the victim, deflecting blame and avoiding accountability? As the story unfolded, the world watched, waiting to see if love and forgiveness could triumph over betrayal, or if this scandal would mark the definitive downfall of one of reality TV's most turbulent relationships. Would Kendra stand her ground, or would the pressure finally make her back down? Most importantly, what would happen to the fragile relationships shattered by her actions? It was clear, the inevitable confrontation between Kirk, Kendra, and Jock was looming large. The stage was set for a meeting that could change everything. Fans anxiously awaited the moment Kirk would face his demons. The affair had escalated beyond personal heartbreak. It had become a public spectacle with emotional stakes higher than ever before. The world was about to witness a confrontation unlike any other, one with the power to reshape reputations and alter lives forever. Kirk understood the weight of the moment. He knew he couldn't undo the damage done. The pain was already inflicted, and the consequences were unfolding rapidly. Yet he wasn't ready to surrender. Deep down, he believed redemption was still within reach, and he was prepared to fight for it. Meanwhile, Kendra's attorney worked tirelessly behind the scenes, gathering evidence and strategizing her defense. Kendra was ready to take control of her narrative, determined to ensure her side of the story was heard loud and clear. As the clock ticked toward the fateful day, tension mounted, and fans remained glued to their screens, breath held in anticipation. Kirk's confession, whether voluntary or forced by the confrontation, would be the pivotal moment deciding what came next. The world was watching. There was no turning away when the moment everyone had been waiting for finally arrived. Just as Kirk was struggling to respond, the door opened again, and there stood Jock. His presence immediately shifted the atmosphere. He looked tired, betrayed, but resolute. His eyes locked on Kirk with a mixture of pain and anger that spoke volumes. Kirk's apology suddenly felt hollow under Jock's gaze. Jock took a slow step forward, his voice low but firm. "Sorry? That's all you have to say after everything? You weren't just careless, Kirk. You tore us all apart." He turned to Kendra briefly, his expression softening, then back to Kirk. "You don't get to just say sorry and expect things to be okay." The room held its breath as the weight of his words sank in. Kendra's cold demeanor cracked for a moment as she looked between the two men. "I didn't come here to pick sides. I came here to say that this whole thing has destroyed any chance of trust, and I'm done being the pawn in your games." Kirk's shoulders sagged. For the first time, he seemed to fully grasp the consequences of his actions, not just on himself, but on everyone around him. "I don't expect forgiveness," Kirk admitted quietly. "I just want to be honest, and if that means facing the truth no matter how ugly it is, then so be it." Jock shook his head slowly, a painful expression crossing his face. "This isn't just about truth or lies anymore. It's about whether we can even be in each other's lives after this, whether there's anything left worth saving." The tension was unbearable, the silence thick, until Kendra finally spoke, her voice firm but tinged with sadness. "We each have to decide if we want to move forward or let this break us for good." The room was quiet, but the damage was loud and clear. Kendra was cold and distant, clearly still hurt and not ready to forgive Kirk. Then Jock entered the room calmly, but firmly. "Kirk," he said quietly, "you've been messing with people's lives. This isn't a game." He had been waiting outside, letting Kendra and Kirk talk first. Now it was Jock's turn to speak. He sat down, his eyes moving between Kendra and Kirk. The tension in the room was heavy. Jock had been through a lot emotionally in the past few weeks, and now he was ready to say what he really felt. His face turned red with anger. He had never seen himself this furious before, and it hurt him deeply because Kirk used to be his friend. "This is serious," Jock said. "You can't just say sorry and make everything okay." Kirk shook his head, clenching his jaw tightly. "No, it doesn't work like that. I'm hurt too. Not just because of what I did to Kendra, but because you're acting like I'm the bad guy here." Kirk's voice broke as he spoke. "I messed up. I made a mistake. I don't expect you to forgive me right away, but I want to fix things. I want to make it right." Jock's eyes narrowed in disbelief. "You think you can just fix this after everything, Kirk? You don't understand what you've done." Kirk felt completely exposed. There was no way to hide from what they were saying. Kendra, who had been quiet, finally spoke. "You hurt both of us, Kirk," she said softly but with strong emotion. "The worst part is, you never thought about the consequences. You just acted without thinking, and now we have to deal with the mess." She shook her head and laughed, bitterly. "You destroyed trust and friendships, and now you think an apology is enough? You can't just say sorry and expect everything to go back to how it was," she added, looking at Kirk with disappointment. Kirk felt her words hit him hard. He had thought his apology would fix everything, but now he knew it wouldn't. Struggling, Kirk looked at both Jock and Kendra. They agreed that he had gone too far and couldn't just undo what happened, but Kirk wasn't ready to give up yet. "I know I can't undo what I did," he said quietly. "I'm not asking for forgiveness now, but I want to show you that. I'm not giving up. This isn't the end." They both knew his words weren't enough yet. Could they give him a chance to prove himself? Only time would tell. The meeting was over, but the damage had already been done. All three, Kirk, Kendra, and Jock, were left with more questions than answers. Could Kirk redeem himself? Would he ever be able to rebuild the broken trust? Kendra and Kirk exchanged a look, the tension between them thick in the air. More importantly, could they move past this, or was the damage irreparable? As the cameras stopped rolling and the meeting ended, the future of all three remained uncertain. Everyone was waiting, anxiously, for the next chapter in this explosive saga. The drama between them was far from over, and seemed to grow more complicated by the day. Though Kirk promised to make things right, the road to redemption would be long and challenging. Will he ever regain the trust he lost? Will Kendra and Jock find it in their hearts to forgive him? Or is this the end of their relationships forever? Only time will tell. Now we want to hear from you. Do you believe Kirk can turn his life around, or is it too late? Will Kendra and Jock ever let him back into their lives, or have they already moved on? Join the conversation by leaving your thoughts in the comments below. If you're following this drama, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for all the latest updates on this scandalous story, and much more. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a beat of this unfolding saga. Stay tuned. The next chapter in Kirk, Kendra, and Jock's drama may be coming soon. See you in the next one.